Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. Alright, so I know we normally don't stream on Mondays, but I was like, you know what? We got a little bit of time today. We don't have a little bit of extra time while I was trying to wrap up the rest of our budget deck tech that sadly couldn't make it out today. So I was realizing if we could push it out tomorrow, then we'll make room today to do some live streaming. So what exactly are we going to be playing with today on such short notice? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing with today. All right. Oh, okay. So we got some people already starting to chat before we jumped in. So let's Silly Mation. Hi. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. Also, I see it says Dayboy27. Hi. Hello, my fire friend. Also, how are you doing today? And hopefully you're also having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Yes, we can start the stream right here and now. So, without further ado, join me today in the Brawl format here as we continue to make our deep dive into the Marvel set here. And we're going to be playing with the Vision from the set. So we're going to be playing with a colorless deck that is called Vision Quest. So that is the name of the game. First off, again, we're going to go over the stats of the deck real quick. We'll go over every single card in the budget version of this deck. And if you do like what the deck is trying to do and you want to see how you can make it even stronger, stick around for the halfway point of the stream. Then we'll show off a much more stronger version of the deck that we'll play in ranked competitive Brawl. So it's going to be casual for the first half, competitive for the second half. So let's go ahead and start with the stats of the deck. Because longtime viewers of the channel know how we do it, we have to talk about the stats of the deck before we fully dive right in. So, Vision Quest here, as I mentioned, is colorless, and it's going to be an average mana curve about 2.7. In total, however, we will only be rocking 15 creatures in the deck. We have 4 instants, 5 sorceries, 45 artifacts across everything. That's a lot of artifacts, by the way. 1 enchantment, 2 planeswalkers, and 40 lands. So, what is the Vision all about? Actually, when I saw this card, I kind of wrote it off initially because I was like, okay, whatever. But once I realized what he is capable of, this card is actually pretty fun and actually a ton of good value for any colorless deck out there. But specifically, there's a way you want to build him. So when I built the deck originally, the deck didn't really do much, but I realized I was being dumb about it. The reason why this card works in a very specific colorless deck is how he's designed. So, as it says, the Vision, 4 mana, 2/5, legendary artifact creature, robot hero. He has flying and he has vigilance, so he is pretty good on swinging, and also he's good at protecting himself on the backswing. However, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can either use a Solar Ream ability, meaning you can gain double strike until end of turn, so he can do extra damage. Density control, in other words, the Vision gains indestructible until end of turn, so he has a way to protect himself. Or Technopathy, where you can just simply draw a card. So in other words, you don't really want to build a heavy creature deck around him. You just want to equip him with a bunch of artifacts or just cast a bunch of stuff that'll help you ramp faster and faster, and that's mostly what you want to do with the deck. So the name of the game is just playing a bunch of non-creature spells to get more value out of the Vision, as he'll draw you a ton of cards. He'll make himself protected with indestructible. Double strike once you start stacking him up with extra pump, and then you can then swing hopefully with him to get some extra damage and win your game. But even if that doesn't work out, we do have a couple other options for you that we can make this deck work. So, starting of course in the 0 and 1 drop slot, we have Bonesaw here. So, free spell for us, and it only has to equip for 1. Gives the equipped creature +1/+0. So again, putting these kinds of equipment is what we want on the Vision here to get that value. We have Ominous Parcel here. This is another artifact that you can help you sacrifice them, dig out some basic lands to help you ramp out, or if you need to, sacrifice to deal 4 damage to a creature. Bear Trap also will be utilized here as another one of our pseudo spot removal cards. It has Flash, but also it can sacrifice it to deal 3 damage to a target creature. Flash on some of these is going to be very key for the Vision because while we want to make sure he's protected with his indestructible ability, that also means that many of our artifacts are also going to be too slow to protect him against certain spot removal. So certain cards like Bear Trap here with Flash can be very nicely done to help us make sure we can keep the Vision on the field. Bone Splitter here is another one of our cheap artifacts here. 1 mana, giving a creature +2/+0 pump and equip for 1. Candy Trail here allows us to have it enter Scry 2. You can sacrifice it later on to gain some life and draw another card. Ghost Fireblade is great for the Vision here. Although its equip costs us 3, it actually is only going to be equip 1 because you're going to add this to a colorless creature, and it gives it +2/+2. Goblin Firebomb also has Flash here. You can sacrifice it later on to destroy a permanent. Null Elemental Blast here allows you to counter a multicolored spell or destroy a multicolored permanent, so great for us at any point in the game. Nutrient Block here allows you to sacrifice this to either gain 3 life, it's indestructible food, and when it does leave the field, draw a card. Retrofitter Foundry kind of gives you another way to kind of help build out your plan. So as I mentioned earlier, we're not a very creature-heavy build. However, Retrofitter Foundry can help you generate some servos, you can get thopters, you can get constructs. So this is actually a good way to help just build out some extra creatures to help protect your plan as you go off. Wayfarer's Bauble here, a classic for any kind of colorless deck. Put it into your deck, sacrifice it later on to get out a basic land, put it onto the field tapped. To help us again with more ramping, we'll throw in other cards that are going to help us out here. So we have a sorcery here. This lesson is Aang's Journey from Avatar, allowing you to dig out a basic land and put it into your hand. We honestly don't care about the kicker thing, but again, gaining 2 life is pretty good. The same thing also applies to environmental sciences here. Same thing, dig out a basic land, put it into your hand, gain 2 life. We have Automated Artificer here, so this is going to be one of our few artifact creatures in the deck. We have a couple of these that allow you to ramp just to add more colorless mana. However, you can only use it to cast an artifact spell, so be aware of that because we do actually have some non-artifact colorless spells, so just FYI. Batterbone here is another one of our equipment here, but it also has living weapon, so it adds a Phyrexian germ and it attaches itself to it to give it a +1/+1 pump and vigilance and lifelink. So good way to help protect our plan and just make sure we can gain life. We have Energy Bending here. Lands you control gain all basic land types until end of turn. Not really too relevant for the deck, but it is a colorless spell and it allows us to draw another card, so that's why it's in the deck. Golden Egg here, and we have a couple of cards like this where they enter and then you can draw cards off of them. So Golden Egg does this. We have Instant Ramen. We have Lembas that does this. Basically, they're all kind of like food cards. They enter, they draw cards, and you can sacrifice them to either gain life just like any other food, or sometimes some of them can do other things, such as Golden Egg here. Well, okay. Granted, its other ability, you could sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color, but you don't really need that in a colorless deck. We're mostly using it for card draw. Same thing with Instant Ramen here. It flashes itself in, again, draws a card. You can sacrifice it later on to gain life. Lembas does the same thing, but also you can scry one and draw a card. However, when this one gets sacrificed, you can then reshuffle it back into your deck. For additional ramp in the deck, we'll also cards like Mindstone here also does this. We have some extra pump with cards like Hero's Heirloom here. Since we are going to try to attach this to the Vision, it should give it, again, +2/+1. Words are hard, by the way. And of course, because it's legendary, it has trample and it has haste, so it gives it a much needed boost. Excuse me. Another one of our food cards here, Omni Cheese Pizza. Same thing. It does the same thing as the Golden Egg, so just think of it like another copy of that. We have Page Loose Leaf here, so this is a what was this? Hold on. Oh, it's a common, actually legendary. Oh, I guess that's a thing now in Magic, but in any case, yeah, actually, realistically, I knew about these cards already, but yeah, it's just kind of weird to see colorless legendary commons. I never thought we'd see that in Magic, but here we are. In any case, you're mostly just using this just to add, again, more colorless ramp to the deck. Its actual ability doesn't really matter to us because you can't really use it in that sense for this kind of a deck, just FYI. Patchwork Automaton here is also one of our greater constructs here, so this gets bigger and bigger as the game progresses. Anytime you cast artifact spells, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and also has a nice little Ward 2 protection on top of it. Pit Automaton here has Defender. It's a construct, so it's a creature. However, you can tap it to add 2 colorless mana. However, you could only use it to activate abilities. Thankfully, this actually does help us, again, get around some of the clunkiness that some of our equipment have. So, for example, as I mentioned earlier, Hero's Heirloom, you have to equip it for 2, but with Pit Automaton, that saves you on mana because you can use that just to add it on for a much cheaper cost. Rogue's Gloves here, also another equip 2 and 2 mana equipment here. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, just simply draw cards. So great for us to add to the Vision to help just keep churning through our deck. For more protection, we'll throw in Swiftfoot Boots. Gives our creature hexproof and haste, so definitely put it on the Vision to make sure he gets more protection. Thran Power Suit is one of our key ones here. This one gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and it has Ward 2, so more protection and more pump to add to the Vision. Warping Whale here. This one is also one of our cooler cards here. So this one, you could choose to either exile a creature with power toughness 1 or less. So this can actually get some opponents caught off guard. So this is actually a hilarious card. Also, out of nowhere, I know it's so random, you can counter a sorcery spell with this. So if you get that random, maybe like Wrath that you are dreading, this can actually hose your opponent out of nowhere. So really cool for that. And if nothing else, just use it to make an Eldrazi Scion if you just need maybe like a chump blocker just for like a quick turn or so. In the 3-drop slot, we have Adventurous Airship here, a vehicle that has flying, so you can turn it into a creature. When it attacks, draw a card, discard a card, so it helps us turn through the deck. All Fate Scroll here, also another one of our key artifacts. It, again, is a mana rock. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color, but realistically, you want its secondary ability. You can sacrifice it for 7 mana, draw X amount of cards, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. We may be a colorless deck, but we have a ton of utility lands, so this can be a really good card for us at the late part of the game when we need to refuel. Bender's Water Skin here. This one, again, another mana rock, but however, this untaps during each other player's untap step. So again, we'll always have at least some mana open for your deck. Changeling Wayfinder here, a shapeshifter. It's actually not even an artifact creature, but it is a changeling that allows us to dig out a basic land. So again, more ramp for the deck. Dark Steel Plate makes sure that it gives one of our creatures indestructible. Although the vision can't already get it until end of turn, sometimes we just want to make sure we have that indefinitely on our creature, so that's why it's in the deck. Dauntless Scrapbot here. When this robot enters, you exile each opponent's graveyard and then create a lander token. The lander token can be sacrificed to dig out another basic land, so good for us again for graveyard hate. Expanded Anatomy, here's a sorcery lesson to putting 2/2/1 counters on a creature, giving it vigilance also until end of turn. Mostly again, we're just using it to pump up the vision to make sure he gets stronger. Foundry Inspector is great for our deck with our artifact spells because this will mean they'll cost 1 less to cast when this is on the field. One of my favorite colorless spells here, Glaring Fleshraker, an Eldrazi drone that says whenever you cast a colorless spell, create an Eldrazi spawn scion, which you can sacrifice for more mana, and whenever another colorless creature you control enters, this creature will deal 1 damage to each opponent. So this can be another alternate way to just ping out your opponent and close out the game to make it easier for the vision to win. Induction to Prophecy here, another sorcery lesson, scry 2, draw a card. Simple, to the point. Junk Diver here, as when it dies, brings back another artifact from your graveyard to your hand, so you can reuse some of your artifacts that you want to. Palladium Mirror here, we have again more ramp for the deck. Tap this to add 2 two colorless sources. Tangled Tumbler here may look a little clunky in the deck, but hear me out. So, 3 mana for a 6/6, which is pretty good. However, in order to make this an artifact creature, you have to then tap 2 untapped tokens you control. But thankfully, we do have many ways of making tokens in the deck, so this can actually be a pretty awesome thing. And if nothing else, you can have it sit on the field, use it to then put +1/+1 counters on a creature like the Vision to make them stronger. If we're going to have the Vision, we definitely need to have their daughter here. So Viv Vision here, Teen Synthezoid. So 3 mana, robot hero, legendary creature, 2/2. She has flying, and Cybernetic Senses is her ability, which reads, whenever Viv Vision attacks, draw a card if her power is 4 or greater. She has power up, so she can pump herself up if you need to, but there's plenty of ways you can pump up this creature with our other cards. Cosmo Elixir just helps us make sure we can keep ourselves stable and also start drawing cards at any point in the game. It says at the beginning of your end step, if your life total is greater than your starting life total, gain 2 life or scry 1. Karn Living Legacy here creates for us tapped Power Stone tokens. These tokens, however, usually cannot be used to spend it on anything else but non-artifact spells. So again, it's only for artifacts, but our deck is colorless, so it works out fine for us. Herbie, Scout Unit, I think he's from the Fantastic Four, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but I believe he is. So, Robot, Scout, Artifact Creature, 2/1 with Flying. When he enters, draw a card and put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So, any land card to help us with ramp. Hedron Archive here allows it to just be a 4 mana rock, which you can tap for 2 colorless, sacrifice it later on to draw 2 cards. Jor's Familiar allows all of our historic spells, i.e. sagas, legendaries, and his artifacts 1 less to cast, so helps us out with that. Leyline Axe here, if this is in our opening hand when we start, it enters for free, and then you can equip it to a creature to give it +1/+1, double strike, and trample. Mystic Forge here also, once we run out of cards, helps us again refuel because you can look at the top card of your library at any time, cast artifact spells and colorless spells on top of your library, and if you start fizzling, you can then pay 1 life to exile the top card of your library, and then hopefully you can just keep the chain going. Ring of Lucy here, so legendary artifact, same thing, it's just like the Hedron Archive here, where you can tap it to add 2 colorless mana, and if nothing else, just pay 1 life to then just tap target non-land permanent. So you can tap something out to get it out of the way. Solemn Simulacrum here, a classic for any kind of colorless deck here. When it enters, dig out a basic land, put it onto the field, and once this creature dies, just draw another card. Arc Reactor here from the Marvel set also has Improvise, so you can then make this cheaper to cast. However, once this enters tapped, later on you can then tap it to add 3 colorless mana. We also in the deck might have trouble dealing with certain non-land permanents, so we'll throw an Introduction to Annihilation and Zuko's Exile. So these again will help us destroy non-land permanents. This one gives your opponent the ability to draw a card. Zuko's Exile specifically targets artifacts, creatures, or enchantments and leaves behind a clue token. We'll also utilize here Ultima, Origin of Oblivion here. So this is a legendary creature god. It has flying, and it has a 4/4, and it says when Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on the land, and then it turns it into a colorless source, and it loses all land types and abilities. So you can shut down certain lands with this card. And then whenever we tap a land for a colorless, you can add an additional colorless to it. So this can help us ramp very quickly. Finally, at the top of the end of our curve here in the 6-drop slot, we have Echoes of Eternity. So this is a Kindred Enchantment Eldrazi card for 6 mana. If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you would control triggers, that ability basically triggers twice over. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, you can copy it and you can choose new targets for the copy. So this basically is going to be a really powerful card for the whole deck to start doubling up our stuff and also getting more triggers as needed. This can be great with the vision because we can start getting like 2 cards. We can get, well, of course, we're not going to get quadruple strike. That'd actually be hilarious if you could. But mostly, again, just helps the vision just draw more cards. And then finally, on the very end of the curve here, Ugin, the Ineffable. So 6 mana, colorless Planeswalker. 4 loyalty. Colorless spells cost 2 less to cast, so some of our stuff can actually become free at some point, which is great for the deck. And then, of course, start taking up to add spirit creature tokens. You will have to, of course, exile the top card of your library face down to make that spirit. However, if the spirit leaves the battlefield, you can basically put the card into your hand. So kind of pseudo card draw and building up creatures and stuff. You get the idea. But in any case, if nothing else, you can also take it down to destroy a permanent that's 1 or more colors. So overall, still good for the deck. Finally, before we get started, we'll go over, of course, the mana base here. So we have 19 wastes as our only basic, because it's colorless, and then all of the utility lands we can muster up for the deck. So we'll throw in Zalfir and Void for scrying. Tomb of the Spirit Dragon to gain life for each colorless creature we control. The Grey Havens allows us to do more scrying. Surveillance also allows us to surveil. We have Rumble Arena also for surveilling, and for some reason the land has Vigilance if you end up earthbending with it, I guess. Rogue's Passage makes any one of our creatures unblockable until end of turn. Roadside Reliquary can be sacrificed to draw another card if we control an artifact, or if we control an enchantment, that's 2 cards. Radiant Fountain, when it enters, gains its life. Hidden Grotto here surveils 1. Demolition Fields are non-basic land hate. Darksteel Citadel is an indestructible artifact land. Daily Bugle Building here allows you to then give a creature that's legendary menace until end of turn. Crystal Grotto is a scryer. Conduit Pylons surveils. Buried Ruin here sacrifices to bring back any artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Baxter Building here then can be used to draw a card. Activate only however you control a creature with toughness 4 or greater, which is great with the vision. Avishkar Raceway then has to start your engines to allow us to start discarding cards and drawing cards. Arid Archway bounce back any one of our lands, then we can play it later on, and then we can use this tap for double colorless. Amonkhet Raceway starts your engines and gives any one of our creatures haste until end of turn. Adventures In gains its life, and finally Axis Tunnel to then give a creature with power 3 or later that cannot be blocked until end of turn. And that is the Vision Quest for the Brawl format. So let's go ahead, let's take this finally into the Brawl format. Let's play some games, and we'll play unranked again for the first half here, and let's see how well the Vision can do. Whew, okay, we finally got through that again. Thanks again as always, everyone. Jeez, it's always so forever to get through deck techs that are Brawl. I really should try to do more 60 card decks for live streams. But I'm always very picky about which ones I pick. In any case, let's go ahead, let's get ourselves started, everyone. So, okay, we're playing against, let's see, what are we playing? Okay, against the Ultimate Green Goblin. All right, so let's see. What do we got? Oh, okay, we got the Leyline Axe in hand already, so that's a free spell for the first turn. Okay, we have Foundry Inspector, which is great. We'll keep his hand for sure. Submit, nice. Vision in 4. Tangle Tumbler, okay, that's cute. We'll put down the Nutrient Block for now, just in case we need to stabilize. But ideally, you want your cheaper stuff to stay, so once the Vision can come out, you can start gaining value off of it. Romantic Rendezvous, okay, that's cute. Alright, okay. Buried Ruin. I think we'll put out the Swiftfoot Boots for now. So at least now we have that ready to go once the Vision is out on the field. Okay, so as we're playing, everyone, how's everyone's weekend? How'd y'all do, everybody? Did you have a good weekend? Did you guys all do anything? Were you checking out some of the previews from the Marvel sets? Oh, not Marvel. Wait, why did I say Marvel set? I mean, what is it? The Hobbit set. Wow, I'm really falling behind here, everybody. Anyways, let's play Foundry Inspector. And we'll pass from here. So, if we're fortunate, the Vision can come out next turn. Oh. Already? Wow, opponent was like, they do not want any of us. Okay. A free win's a free win, so yay. Even though we didn't really do anything. Okay. In any case, all right, so we got our 1 free win of the day. Let's go ahead and get ourselves started here. All right, so let's see. Next game, everyone, let's see if we can try to actually get some more legit stuff going here. But yeah, what are your thoughts overall, everyone, about the Hobbit set? We're now getting actually previews because I didn't realize now. We're already in preview season for the next set. Jeez, time's just flying. But seriously, if you see anything from the Hobbit set, let me know what you are interested in. There's already one card that was revealed. It's the mono red Gandalf card that I was like, oh, geez, I got to build something around that. So we will be definitely doing a Gandalf wizard deck at some point. Mark my words, it's going to happen. We'll see when that time comes, everybody. Until then, okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so great. We got the Foundry Inspector. Great to have. We have Karn as well. The Vision. So we should be good to go for a little bit. Mountain. Opponent, what you got? They're playing with Wolverine. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't actually played against the Wolverine deck yet. Spinneret and Spiderling. Okay, play the Adventurers in to gain some extra life to sponge the hit. And we'll pass. Okay. Opponents, what you got? Mass Meower. I got so used to the open path versions of these cards. So I remember this was it Rinza, the Spider Queen or something? And then Mass Meower was, it was an Ikoria style like cat. It was interesting. Okay, we go to 24. Okay. Mind Hacks. Good afternoon, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Mind Hacks says, Bilbo looking good. I'd like to play with the Green Goblin Mayhem in Standard. Wow. Okay. That's cool. I haven't seen Bilbo yet, so I don't know. I'm a little in the dark yet because right now I'm still trying to like get through. God, I'm still trying to build more decks for the next week and some. But at the same time, I'm also trying to see like what are we looking towards for the future sets. Hobbit again looking good. If nothing else, the reprints definitely are going to be fire. I mean, who doesn't want that alternate art Orcish Bowmasters? Even if you're not even a fan of the card, hey, that's good value right there. Go to 20. Okay, opponents. They got the wastes. So, how do we do this? I think Changeling Wayfinder. So we're going to use this just to sponge a hit. We'll get out our basic land. Okay. Okay, so at least we have all of our mana we're going to need. That's good. Okay, opponent, what you got? Rinza is going to be a bit of a problem here if we don't stop her soon. So we'll see. Go to 19. Okay. Opponents. What are we trying to do here? Okay, hero. Does Wolverine come in yet? Nope. Hulk, Gamma Goliath. Ugh. Okay, we got Ultima, so that is not bad now, but... Jeez, okay. Trying to find a way around this. I don't know if we'll be able to make it. Foundry Inspector. That cheapens our stuff here, but that doesn't help us yet. I don't know. We'll see if we can try, everyone. It's not looking too good right now. Mind Hacks. Not sure if you saw the 2027 lineup for the in-universe, but I thought they all looked good. I did. And I can say right now, I am actually looking forward to what we're getting. So it looks like it should be fun. Okay, we'll put that in the bear trap. Okay, so... Opponent's going to hit us here really hard, and we're going to be looking at a pretty rough time here. Okay, Wolverine, best there is, coming in. Okay, they gain life. So, if you don't mind asking, Mind Hacks, what of the 3 in-universe sets are you looking forward to the most? Is it going to be the... underwater sets? Looking forward to Zalfir? Or are you looking forward to the Kaiju combination of Ikoria and Kamigawa? What y'all think? And that goes for everybody out there. What do y'all think about what you've seen over the weekend? Have you seen the sets? I think, honestly, next year looks much better than even this year. Don't get me wrong. I didn't enjoy Lorwyn, but my only downside to Lorwyn was we couldn't stay there long enough. That was my only unfortunate part about that one. Okay, we got the Vision. Okay. So, let's see. We will... Yeah. We're not looking too good here, everyone. So, even if I do draw a card here... They have enough on board, we're probably going to lose here. So we'll just do our last final move here, and that's it. It's all good, though, everybody. We tried. Salabor, Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Hi. The Queen of Dale from The Hobbit looks amazing for token EDH. I just saw her like a little bit before I got up this morning. That card also looks pretty awesome. Actually, the King and Queen of Dale, I think we could definitely make a budget deck around that that's going to be absolutely bonkers to put together. So I look forward to doing that as well. But what I don't look forward to is... Dang it. Okay, so... Alright. Well, I'll just block Wolverine. Not for any real value. We're dead no matter what we try. Even if I block, like, Spinnerets, that's enough damage where we're cooked. Alright. Ouch. Okay, well... Our first legit loss of the day, everybody. But that's okay. We've only just gotten started, so you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Teddy Bear, good afternoon, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Competitive Brawl can really anger you, because what do you mean you see my opponent playing 2 Praetors and using the Discover artifact to bring out Emrakul? Oh, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of cheaty stuff, of course, with Competitive Brawl. But again, it is literally the Wild West out there. Some people try to treat it like it's CDH, and it's just like, ugh, just gets me tilted. But we're going to give it a shot again with our deck once we upgrade this one in a little bit. So we'll give it to see if we can actually get some wins. Trying to hydrate over here, everyone. Still a little hot where I am, even if I am a fireball. I try to stay a little cooler. In any case, Mind Hacks. I think Noctis will have some creative takes on Merfolk, but I feel like Titan Breach is going to have some crazy cards. Zalfir, not sure, but it looks like they're putting work into it. Good question. Okay, good comments on that. So, real quick, let me see what we got here. Okay, we got the Wastes. Zalfir. Okay, we'll keep this hand. This is definitely a ramp hand. But, going back to what you mentioned there, Mind Hacks, I will say right now, I look forward to seeing what innovative ideas we will get with Merfolk, especially because this definitely has to be the set where Merfolk will finally do multicolored Merfolk far more than any other set. I mean, we've had multicolored Merfolk in the past, but they still felt like they've been a little fixed to the plane they're on. So I'm hoping that this one will be one that we will definitely get some more love out of, and we'll definitely see some more cool stuff. If I'm going to say right now, and mark my words, whether it's a good set or a bad set, I believe Titan Breach is probably going to be the best set to collect. Not counting the Universes Beyond, because who knows what they're going to make. But of the 3 in-Universes sets, I'm gonna predict now, Titan Breach will have the best bonus sheet they have. Because the way it's being played out, that set definitely sets itself up for making some kind of crossover. Whether it's, maybe we're going to get more Godzilla cards. Maybe we're going to get, like, some kind of kaiju theme things. So that one's probably definitely going to have a lot of Japanese alt arts that I'm sure a lot of us are going to want to collect if you're a fan of that. So you like mecha, if you like kaiju, that's definitely going to be a set that I'm sure will have some amazing, amazing artwork. Mark my words. That's going to be the set I'm probably going to buy a box of. As far as going to Zalfir officially, that actually has potential too. I know some people may not like the theming, but hey, I do want to remind people, like, Zalfir has existed in the history of Magic and lore for, like, forever. So it's been around. So it's not like it's something they just made up. So it has been there. For those players out there that are old enough to remember, like me, we've been there before in just different ways. Like when they had Mirage, and sorry, I'm trying to remember the other sets there. But yeah, we've been to Zalfir before, but this is like our full set that we've gone really all in to see what's happening post Phyrexia. So we'll see how it looks. I do see hopefully that we'll get Teferi back in probably a new form. Even if I'm probably going to like him for like 5 minutes and then hate him later on. But I think that'll be something cool that we'll definitely look forward to. So I have high hopes for next year's sets versus this year. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy us going back to Arcavios / Strixhaven, but I feel like we were still missing some parts that, it made it felt like it was okay. I think for me personally, I just wish we got more learn cards. Because I think that was the thing that would have helped out the lesson cards better. But again, that's just me. Having said that, I look forward to Reality Fracture in the fall. Reality Fracture is going to be also hot stuff. That I think is going to be an amazing set. Okay, Batterbone. All right, so let's play the Vision now. See if we can get him out. I'm guessing also with the with Noctis, we'll definitely get all of the other creature types finally getting support. So my prediction with that set is also it's going to be a creature-focused set. We'll probably have Merfolk and Octopus, and then we have, what's it, Sharks? All that stuff is probably going to be there. We'll probably have also some hybrid ones. So you'll have, like, Octopus Merfolk. You'll have, like, Shark Merfolk. I mean, the way to make it sound, I don't know if anybody here watches, like, One Piece. I mean, One Piece has, like, Merfolk themselves in different ways. I think that was it. It's fishmen basically in that universe of One Piece, but in that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm thinking the set will be like. You know, just a bunch of like a mishmash of stuff. At least that's how I see it. I agree. Titan Breach seems the most collective. People love kaijus and Pacific Rim feel. Well, if you like Pacific Rim, y'all should be reading the manga. It's already done, but check out Kaiju number 8. That's actually a pretty cool one. I actually liked how that one turned out. Although, granted, the ending for that manga felt a little rushed, but I still like it for what it is. At least that's how I feel. Okay, play the Batarone. I think our opponent's probably getting tired of us just doing our thing here. Okay, ooh, okay. We got Echoes of Eternity. Okay, that's going to be awesome. That's our card. So we have 2 flash enchantments. No attacks yet. So, here's how we do this. If our opponent tries to get cheeky with firebending, we do have the vision to block. But we also have the bauble too. We'll see what we can do here. We have 2 flash artifacts, so this can protect us for what we need to. Sure, we'll get a crazy Teferi card. Yeah, we're going to probably get some kind of busted Teferi all over again. That's going to be hilarious when it happens. Teddy Bear, when is Reality Fracture arriving? I think Reality Fracture is October. It has to be beginning of October, at least from what I remember. Because, what is it? We're doing Hobbit previews now. Hobbit comes out mid-August, so I'm guessing early October, like the first week of October is when we'll get Reality Fracture. I'm so looking forward to that set. That's going to be, I think, the set I want to definitely collect this year. Okay, opponent. Bender's Waterskin. Okay. Opponent is definitely all in on the Avatar theme. That's kind of cute, by the way. We did do our version of the Avatar a little while ago. Okay, so opponents. Block here. Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. It's because I was not paying attention to everybody. So, yeah, that was my bad. I realized I had the flash to give it protection, but I didn't do that. Well, I guess I look dumb there. Oops. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. We got this still. Play the wastes. We'll play vision again. Try this again. Okay, no attacks. Pass. Okay. Affinity for Anime. Hello, Infernoman. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon, Affinity for Anime. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. Teddy Bear, I'm assuming in Noctis we'll get stuff like penguins, lobsters, octopus, shark, fish, and merfolk. Penguins? That actually would be kind of cute if we got penguins. What I'm guessing, yeah, all sea creature types we'll definitely see in the set. So, yeah, if I was to guess, it'll be definitely those ones. I'm trying to think what other underwater creatures we have. What else do we have? Leviathans? Are we going to see any kind of giant Leviathans in the set? Or maybe like what? I'm trying to think what else we have. If I was to guess, there are probably going to be some also cool hybrid merfolk. There has to be. Okay, all right. Opponent here. Locking out the vision, but that's okay. Okay, Legend of Roku. Okay, prowess going off. Ugh. This is not looking good for us. Not looking good. Gotta sound the alarm on that. Okay. The Avatar definitely is going off. Although I did make the mistake earlier, and I'm wondering right now if that's going to cost us the game. Let's see. Okay. Opponent swinging. Okay, they are. Okay, they make their mana. They draw their card for firebending. We're going to block here against Monk Gyatso. Okay, draw a card off of that. Okay. Oh, Ghost Fireblade's not too bad. Down to 20. We gained some life back, so we're at 21. Dark Steel Plate. Okay, well, Dark Steel Plate's not bad. That helps out. Draw another card, good. Dauntless Scrapbot. Equip it to the vision so he cannot die. And then we will Ghost Fireblade. I mean, not really anything else we could do, but I guess we'll just do that. And then, since he's already indestructible, we'll just add that to him. There we go. So he's a 4/7 now. Okay, so all we need to do now, ideally, Echoes of Eternity, and maybe Bear Trap to start drawing a ton of cards. But we might need to start putting out some fodder just to sponge a hit. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this next hit right here, but we're going to try. If we can, hopefully, ideally, untap the next turn, get Batterbone on, double strike, we can then at least sponge some more hits. Airbending Lesson, okay. Opponents maybe trying to flip here. Can they do it? We'll see. Krakens, oh, that's right, there's Krakens. Okay, we're definitely going to see Krakens, of course, for the set, so Noctis definitely has to have that. I need to make a prediction video again. I kind of fumbled and forgot to do one for Hobbit, but we'll do one for Reality Fracture. That's going to be a thing. For anime. I saw otters in the preview images, I think, but if it's fully underwater, how are otters breathing? Huh. Good question. I have to look at the art again, because the way they build it is Noctis completely... Are we talking like full-on underwater, like, I don't know, like Little Mermaid or like Atlantis? Oh, we're dead, by the way. All right. Exacxies. Dang. All right, well, we were beaten by the Avatar, everyone, but it's fine. You know what? It's all good. I'm actually trying to I'm trying to catch up right now with the chat. Or, okay, I guess I have to read it again. So does anyone remember, is Noctis billed as a full underwater set? Or is it actually like, or are we talking like Waterworld style, where it's like, okay, so you can see the surface of the water, but it's still mostly a water plane? I don't know. I have to look that up again. In any case, while I try to figure that out, let's get into our next game here. Salabur, other otters maybe, huge leviathans, krakens, yep. Definitely like any kind of epic sea creature we've seen in the past, they're all probably gonna, I'm sure, gonna get some moment to shine. I'm sure we'll probably get some kind of like elder leviathan, or maybe like, I don't know, like some kind of like elder something or other. That'll be actually kind of cool. Or maybe we'll get maybe like some kind of shark something or whatever. It'll be cool, right? It'll be cool. That Summon Leviathan card from Final Fantasy will probably have a home in the Noctis archetype, right? Oh, it definitely will be. I actually love that card, by the way. I've used that card quite a bit. I think the last time I used that card was in my Namor, our Namor build. We actually did a couple, like last week for the Submariner. We made together a Merfolk deck that actually was pretty cool there. So, looking forward to it. It's definitely going to be a good year. It'll be a good year for all of us that do want to try something fresh and new. But of course, everyone's going to have to ask that question. What are we getting for Universes Beyond in 2027? So whether you like it or hate it, it's here to stay, everyone. I'm just curious about what we're going to be getting. Put down Tangled Tumbler for now. Our opponent is playing with Gwen Stacy / Ghost Spider. So we'll see. We'll see here. Are they playing mostly spiders, or are they going to try to do counter shenanigans? Oh, Aerith. Okay. That's cute. Got the wastes. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I think I'll put down the... Well, let's see. Hold on. We'll put down Viv Vision first. Okay. We have a Null Elemental Blast, and I'm about to see if I can ruin my opponent's day. If they try to do shenanigans with this, well, this will be hilarious. We'll see. It's a fully underwater plane, you say? Okay. Well, that's good to know. Huh. I wonder what that's going to mean in the future. Okay, Gwen Stacy. Okay. She does her Gwen Stacy thing. Okay, Terran's Soul Cleaver. Coming down. No attacks from our opponent, of course. Okay, so we're here for the Vision. So let's play the Vision now. We swing with Viv Vision. Getting that first hit. We now are at second gear. Okay, Affinity for Anima. I thought I heard that it's completely underwater. There's not even any flying creatures. There's going to be a new evasion ability, apparently. That is true. Since it's all underwater, there has to be something else. I'm trying to think right now, what would they do to make it work? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so it flips into Ghost Spider. So, Null Elemental Blast actually will hit this pretty hard once we can get it. Let's see, hold on. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on the Ghost Spider. Okay. So, alright. We'll play Rogue's Gloves. Draw a card. Nice. Ominous Parcel. That'll be nice for later on, too. So, let's see. I think we're just going to have to wait it out a bit here. We have 2 options for us to get us some value here. So this will be actually fun. If our opponent tries to do anything with shenanigans, we have a pseudo counterspell here. And we also have a way to protect ourselves with Ominous Parcel. All depends on what our opponent does here. Come on, opponent, tap out. Tap out. Tesserit's Gambit. Okay. Well, thankfully they can't proliferate anything, so that we skirt that for now. So yeah, so there's no flying creatures in this set. I'm trying to think, what are we going to get? Are we going to get like an old archetype back like Skulk? Or are we going to see something that's like, I don't know, some kind of like swimming whatever for the set? All right, let's destroy now Ghost Spider. I'm sorry, opponent. Too bad. All right, Ghost Spider down. Nice. Colorless, I swear, is either full jank or it is absolutely broken. There's like really no in-between when it comes to Colorless decks. All right, for now, Aang's Journey. All right, draw another card. Omni Cheese Pizza, that's cute. Let's get out a Waste. Put it on the field, gain some life back. And then we will play our Omni Cheese Pizza. Nice. Let's do Double Strike now. Draw another card. Oh, num num num. Okay. Swing with our 2 cards here. 19. All right. 3rd gear. Down to 15. Okay. Not the flashiest way we're doing it, but we are making progress now, which is good. Mind Hacks. I feel like something Bethesda is coming, like Elder Scrolls for something. Not sure if 2027. Ooh. You're right, though. I forget that we have seen already those Fallout Commander decks. So I'm sure there has to be something down the pipeline with Bethesda. Especially because they're actually looking to redo... what is it? Aren't they redoing the Fallout games? I heard that's actually a thing coming up. So we'll see. That might mean something in the future. So take that how you will, everyone. Okay, we're going to put down Ugin. So definitely going to get him in. We will tick down. I'm sorry, opponent. Ghost Spider goes bye-bye again. And there you go, everyone. Our opponent has had enough. All right, all right. Yeah. Our Vision Quest has now successfully got a first legit win today. The first one was like a free win, but that was our first real win today, everyone. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, if I was to guess... Okay. So now that you put it out there, Mind Hacks, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm calling that one of the Universes Beyond sets has to be Fallout. I mean, we've already done a Secret Lair. We've done already Commander decks. And they have enough games in their series where you probably could do a full Fallout-like set. So I'm guessing that now. That'll be my first prediction for a Universes Beyond set down the line. It's going to be Fallout. Somebody remind me that I need to put that out as a post. I need to make my predictions. I also predicted years ago what we were going to get with the Marvel sets. I need to pull up also that post as well. I screen capped it a while ago just in case I ever forget. But yeah, that should be a safe bet. We definitely should be getting a Fallout set of some kind, especially because also, what is it? By that point, there should be Season 3 of the TV series on Amazon Prime. I mean, the cards have been a success. Not going to lie. I actually do own one of the Commander decks. It was the Science one because I love energy. And also, I do have the Secret Lair drop that's based around the TV series. They are cool cards. I do like the Ghoul. He's actually a pretty cool commander. He's actually pretty fun. But anyways, rambling aside, let's get back to the game real quick, and I'll go over the chat in a moment, guys. Let's see. Archway. Okay. Okay, we can keep this hand. If nothing else, the deck does a pretty good job of keeping itself consistent with ramping. Turn Soul Cleaver again. Playing against the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. We actually haven't played that many of the other cards here, so something to think about here. But we'll see. Island. Talisman of Progress. Okay, they're getting the ramp on. That's fine. So we'll tap this. Put the Bauble down first. Put the Arid Archway down. Bounce back the Waste. Okay, nice. Clunky, but it does work. Okay, Jane Foster is now in, a.k.a. Mighty Thor. Discard as aid. Yeep! Okay. Well, that might be a problem for us, but we'll see if we can get around it still. Palladium Mirror. We need to speed up our ramp package very quickly here. Okay. Teddy Bear, I imagine for red lands of Noctis being underwater volcanoes or hypothermal vents. You know what actually will be hilarious? if they did it. Although I don't know if Wizards is going to have the beanbags to do it. But what would absolutely be hilarious is getting a new version. Well, it's probably going to be fixed. Let's be real. It's going to be probably like a fixed version of Underground Sea, a.k.a. the OG red and blue dual land. So it'd be like Underwater Sea or something like that. Watch. It's going to be something like that. It'll probably be like it enters tapped unless if you control, I don't know, like some kind of specific land. Something like that. It's going to be some kind of goofiness to it. Watch. Just watch. Okay, well, first off, but before I kind of ramble about that, get the vision in. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's actually sack the bauble. And then we'll get out another waste. Okay. We just want to get a ramp going first off. Next turn, we should be able to get the boots, protect the vision, and we should be good from there. Mind hacks. Feels like Star Wars is inevitable, but who knows when they'll get the rights to it. I honestly don't think we're going to get Star Wars. Only just because now that we have Edge of Eternities, we're going to get Star Trek at the end of the year. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see that because of how Disney also is with their IP. Honestly, I am surprised I'm actually literally playing with Marvel cards right now. I didn't think we were going to get actual Marvel digitally at minimum because, I mean, don't we have Marvel, what is it? Don't we have Marvel Snap? Or is that not doing good anymore? Does anybody play Marvel Snap anymore? Honestly, I don't hear anybody playing Snap anymore. So, I don't know. Let me know about that, everybody. Are peeps still playing that, or is it just gone? My only joke I thought was like, well, if Marvel Snap falls apart, then they're definitely going to give us the Marvel cards for Magic. Because, I mean, hey, they need their money somewhere, right? Right? Okay. Any case, let's see, we'll do that. Actually, we'll do this now. Echoes of Eternity, all right. Let's draw another card. Nice. Introduction Prophecy. Okay, so now we have one of our best pieces here. Swing here. You're obviously not going to block. No way. Okay. Down to 22. So, Firebomb can be flashed in. With Echoes of Eternity, we can get some more value off of that. And also we can protect ourselves. Ooh, Fire Shrieker. Ugh. That's not good. So they immediately attach. Okay. So, I don't think we're also going to get Star Wars because doesn't Star Wars also have their own trading card game still that's running? Now, if that game falls apart, then I'm guessing Disney will be a little bit more lenient in giving out more of their IPs. I also thought that they were going to save Star Wars for their card game, Lorcana. At least that's how I interpret it. But yes, yeah, I do agree. Fallout does make sense. It does make sense. They have to do a Fallout set. I mean, at this point, it just feels like it's inevitable. But again, I guess I would probably then ask everyone, the real question from that is, do we want to see a Fallout set? Do you guys like the idea of Fallout in Magic? Or do you think it should be like a Commander-only thing like the precons? Let me know in the comments, everyone. I would love to hear from you. Ugh. Okay, so our opponent here is just full-on doing their thing here. Okay. Wait, hold on. What does that do? Oh. Oh, no. Okay. Are we dead? I mean, I can Firebomb. Draw a card. Indestructible. So the Indestructible doesn't help us there. Yeah. Dang. We take an immediate hit to nothing. Wow. If it weren't for that ability, we could have at least stabilized just long enough to hopefully keep off the Mighty Thor, but I guess our opponent got us there. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. I'm not mad. It's all good. We're still having fun here. Let's do one more on the budget, and then we'll upgrade the deck for the next part of the stream. So I'm thinking that that's what maybe we can do. But at least we got one legit win, right? Mind hacks. I feel like Marvel Snap dying off kind of is why Disney Marvel went ahead with Hasbro, but who knows? That is a good thing. I mean, if people liked Marvel Snap, I never really played it, so I can't really comment too much on it, but it sounds like people played it and had fun with it for maybe like, what, 6 months when it first came out, and everyone kind of like just forgot about it. But to be fair, although there was not much crossover for it, like once I heard like Marvel Rivals went off, I know that's not really a card game. Marvel Rivals kind of hilariously took away a lot of Marvel fans to another game, so I think that's probably also what killed it off quick, at least in my opinion. Unless I could be completely wrong. But yeah, let me know what you think, everybody. All right, Leyline Axe. Okay, so with that, let's see. What is our opponent playing with? Oh, let's see. It is... Wait, I can't... Oh, they're playing with the Serpent Society. Okay. Well, we actually built a deck around this last week on stream, so if you guys want to... Well, I said not on stream, but I mean, like, we played this one on our last deck tech, so if you guys haven't seen that, that's a fun one, too. So check that out if you haven't already done so. Good one. Hilarious, by the way. So our opponent looks like they're going to try to poison us out. I think we can still get around it. Frog Butler, okay. So we got to worry about Death Touch shenanigans, but thankfully the Vision can get Double Strike, so we can find a way around it. Let's see. We'll get the Mind Stone out. Okay. We'll get Patchwork Automaton, which will be great for us to start pumping up something. Okay. Serpent Society's already in. We don't worry about anything poison counter related until we target it, so we'll be fine for now. Mind Axe. I like the Fallout mechanics. The rad system seemed cool, and I would have liked it in constructed formats. I think people would be more receptive to Fallout full than, say, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was such a goofy thing that happened. A lot of people forgot that set even exists because I don't know what they were thinking. I think the idea at the time was that, what? The set was supposed to be... I'm trying to think right now. I feel like that set was, you know, when they were trying to do the whole Beyond booster thing, they ruined that so hard. The way I envisioned they were going to do the Assassin's Creed set is exactly what I envisioned was going to be for future product. So let me explain real quick before I kind of go over this turn. So in my mind, perfect world, and again, like, you can disagree with me if you want to. Sets like the Marvel set here, there's nothing wrong with it at this point. Like, in hindsight now, I've just accepted that Marvel is going to be with us. But if these sets went into Commander-only products, one, that's when I would say they can reutilize the name Beyond Booster, and then that would be the Universes Beyond Boosters. See what I'm trying to get out here? So, Beyond Boosters would be exclusively set for Universes Beyond booster packs that would be Commander only. So that's exactly what I would have liked them to do, but sadly they fumbled the name when they called Beyond Boosters those goofy 7-pack crap packs that we got for Assassin's Creed, and they didn't give you that much value. So that's one of those unfortunate things because of that. At least that's how I perceive it. Okay, we're going to pump up Patchwork Automaton just a little bit more. Okay, opponents, you there? But yeah, rambling aside, I think I need to make a video on that at some point. Okay, and then... I mean, we could put in the Vision, but we'll put in Palladium Mirror first. So the idea here is, once we get the Vision out, the Rand Power Suit, it gets added to the Vision, then we have a way of protecting him, and also we can start really pushing out damage very heavily. But I will say, if I have to pick another Universe Beyond set to come into the game, I mean, I'm open to Fallout in any way, because yes, it has a contemporary theme per se, but it's still like an alternate world, and also because the rad counter system is kind of a cool thing to have. Although realistically, I mostly want to do it because I want to be a degenerate with junk tokens. Junk tokens also would be cool, and also because I would hope that the set would bring back my favorite mechanic, even if it is sometimes hated by others. I love energy. I would love to see more energy cards, and hopefully, again, more energy for standard. Only because my energy deck that I have right now that I built, like, I have a paper one. That deck sadly needs a lot of love. Because some of the cards that I have in there are either too bad, or some of them were banned, unfortunately. In any case, let's see, what do we want here? We have... Okay. Play Vision. Okay. Get a counter on that. Okay. And then we will equip to here the Rand Power Suit. So he has protection. No swings just yet. If we can get rid of that Butler, then we can finally do something. So we're going to wait it out a bit. Our opponent is going to start going really wide with Helm of the Host. We got to use that Zuko's Exile ASAP. Maybe I should have done a turn earlier. I don't know. In any case, let's see. Well, once the vision gets double strike, we should be fine. Right? Teddy bear. Maybe a Noctis will also get more horse serpents. Oh, like seahorses? That actually would be kind of fun. Okay, opponent swinging. Alright. It's fine. Okay, so. Block here. Opponents. What do you got? We take out one token. We're at 23, so we have time. Oh, jeez. I forgot. I forgot that. Oh, dang it. I forgot about that ability. All right. Well, once again, I fumbled here, everyone. Okay. Wow, I'm not paying attention at all. Okay, got to waste, so do it this way. Foundry Inspector. So that cheapens the cost of the vision just a little bit. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. We don't have enough still. Dang it. Okay, so I kind of messed up on this a bit. I realize now we might not win this one because I should have just Zugo's Exile immediately. That was my mistake. So, what else do they have? Oversold Cemetery. Doesn't do anything right now. Home of the Host does something again. Okay. Okay, so we can't even block, can we? No, we can't. If we block, we end up just losing our Foundry Inspector also, so no blocks. We have to take out the OG Serpent Society to even stop this. And even then, too little too late. All right, Junk Diver. Okay, so from that, Zugo's Exile. Okay, opponents, do you have an answer? I mean, we could stem the bleeding here a little bit, but not by much. Okay. But it might be too little too late. Junk Diver. Okay. So we'll have this die so we can bring back another artifact. No attacks yet. Sacrifice the token we gave him to draw a card. Joy. Okay. Trying here, everybody. Poison tip. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, this is looking worse and worse. It's okay. We will trudge on. Keep on keeping on, no matter what. We're trying. Bushwhack. Okay, so we lose our Junk Diver, and then that means they also get the trigger off Fountain Inspector. All right. Okay, opponents. Well, I guess that's going to be it for us here. Okay, Archer drains us out, and that's game. All right. We'll take the L, everyone. We'll take the L. Yeah, I fumbled on the original thing. I should have Zugo's exiled immediately once that Helm of the Host came on, so that was my fault for not responding correctly. But okay. I think that's enough of the non-ranked shenanigans. Let's play some more serious Magic here in just a second, but let's show you, if you do like the Vision Quest and you want to upgrade them a little bit more, here's what I'd recommend for you to get more value out of the deck. So we're going to show you right here and now some of our key pieces here that are going to make us go a little bit bigger with the deck. So the idea here is us taking this upgrade to make sure we can get some more stronger stuff to help us pump up our team. So in order to do that, we're going to be looking at the following upgrades here. So going over to the 0/1 drop slot, we're going to add in now Mishra's Bauble. Yes, it's actually not a rare, but it also is expensive in paper. So that's why we omitted it from the original budget build, but you can definitely put it in the one if you're just arena only player. Mox Opal now is an absolute must to help us with faster ramp. Basilisk Collar now gives the Vision, Death Touch, and Lifelink, so that's good for us. Other upgrades for the deck, we're going to throw in Shadow Spear. This card's so good here, but it's like, what is it now, like $40? Jeez, that's way too much for a single copy of any card. But seriously, gives it our creature trample and lifelink, so good for our deck overall to help us with that. And its secondary ability can turn off hexproof and indestructible against enemy players, which is excellent. In terms of other upgrades for the deck here, we'll throw in, let's see, I'm trying to see, like, we'll throw in Lightning Greaves. Lightning Greaves technically helps us out here, but also it also has Shroud, so be aware of that if you're going to try to attach more stuff to the Vision. However, equipping stuff is free, so that's the reason why we want it. It isn't a rare also, but it also is expensive in paper, so again, that's why we save it for the upgrade version. Maze Mind's Tome here helps us just keep scrying, just dig through our deck to find other answers for us. Other upgrades for the deck, we'll throw in Smuggler's Copter now. So if you want to turn on this vehicle, you can start drawing cards and discarding cards. So this is good for us. Other upgrades here, we have Umezawa's Jite, a classic magic card here. This one can be very hilarious if you know how to use it correctly. I'm not going to say I'm the best person when it comes to Umezawa's Jite, but it is good for the deck, so we're definitely going to throw it in here. I will talk about the cards near the end of the stream that we didn't add in, that you can still mix and match if you want to make this Vision deck in a more different way, but we'll talk about that again near the end. Other upgrades for the deck that we're going to throw in. We'll throw in, again, a much needed power boost here. Liberator Urza's Battle Thopter. So this is a legendary artifact creature, Thopter. Flash, flying. But the most important thing about this card is you may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they have flash. So this can be a great way to really help out the Vision with his ability triggering. So you can now flash in anything you need to give it indestructible with protection, double strike for combat tricks, or even just draw some cards if you need some extra value. So that's going to be the reason why we would definitely need that for the deck. Mithril Coat is going to be a faster version of the Dark Steel Plate, so instead throw this in instead from the Lord of the Rings set. It has flash and it's indestructible itself. When it enters, you immediately attach it to a legendary creature, so the Vision can get immediate protection if you need to in a pinch. We'll throw now also Nettle Cyst here. So this is a living weapon where it can give a creature +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. So this gives us a huge boost for the Vision and helps him make sure he can do heavy damage. For more card draw consistency, we'll throw in Scrawling Crawler here. Anytime an opponent, however, draws a card, they will lose life. So we can punish them on that, but realistically, it just helps us draw more cards. Sculpting Steel here is in the deck because we can use this to double up any one of our artifacts and make another copy of it to help us just do our thing. Semblance Anvil here can really make everything cheaper. We can imprint a non-land art card from our hand. So again, maybe for a Planeswalker or any one of our lesson spells to then make spells that we share of the card type, exiled with it, 2 less to cast. So this can make sure some things are going to be really cheap to throw. Sword of Vengeance will be added in to give our creature +2/+0 and first strike, vigilance, trample, and haste. So good for us. Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. Again, this looks a little funky in the deck because we don't have that many cheap spells, but hear me out for a second here. So Tezzeret's ultimate ability is what we want it for. You -7 to get an emblem that says, start turning any one of your artifacts that's a non-creature into a creature with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So it becomes a robot artifact creature, so you can start going wider and wider with this. But you can also take it down if you need to either get out your Shadow Spear, get out your Foundry, you can get out your Ghostfire Blade. Basically, the cheap stuff here is what Tezzeret can do if you needed something in a pinch. So that's actually good for us. In the 4-drop slot, upgrades for this here, Aetherflux Reservoir. So mostly you want this just to then, not necessarily combo, but mostly just to help you gain life just to make sure you can protect yourself. If you by some miracle get to 50 life and then manage to pay that, you can also just directly damage your opponent and score another out of nowhere victory. Other upgrades for the deck, yes, I'm sorry, I've got to say it, everybody, we got to throw in the One Ring. I know some of you probably don't want to see this card, but again, we are playing competitive Brawl, so I need all the help I can get. So we're definitely going to throw in the One Ring to get more value out of our game plan. Other upgrades for the deck, we're going to throw in Card in the Great Creator, so this one can hose enemy artifact decks, because it says, activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated, so you can lock them out completely from the game. Other upgrades we'll throw in will be in the 5-drop slot here. We have Forsaken Monument. This is also another must for any colorless deck. Legendary artifact giving colorless creatures +2/+2, and whenever you tap a permanent for colorless mana, add an additional colorless mana. So this does the same thing as Ultima here, but you can use it besides lands for anything that taps. So that's good for us. And anytime you cast a colorless spell, gain life. This does so much for the deck, and a must-needed upgrade for it. Believe it or not, Paradox Engine is banned in real Commander, so you cannot play this in actual Commander, but for some reason in Brawl, this card actually is legal. So we're going to be really degenerate, and we're going to throw this into the deck. So we're going to take advantage of this while we can. Basically, anytime we cast a spell, you untap all non-land permanents you control. So all of our mana rocks can be reused over and over again. Really, really nasty for the deck. I don't know why this is still legal in Brawl, but hey, if we're going to have it, I'm going to use it. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, one of my favorite vehicles here. When it enters or attacks, 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Again, just a giant flying boat just to do some damage whenever we need it to. We'll throw in Chamil, the Inner Sun here, a legendary artifact. Spells you control cannot be countered, which is good for our deck. And at the beginning of your end step, discover 5, i.e. exile cards until you get a card with a non-land card with a mana value of 5 or less. Play it for free. Good for our deck overall, and it goes hilarious with Echoes of Eternity. And then finally, again, another set of cards you probably don't want to see, but because we are playing a very specific version of Colorless, we got to throw in Ugin besides the Ineffable, Eye of Storm, And of course, the one and only Ugin the Spirit Dragon. These cards will hose anything out there. So these are basically your silver bullets just to blow away stuff and get rid of things you have a hard time dealing with in our deck. Otherwise, the final upgrades will be in the mana base, so it's going to be every kind of utility down you can muster up in Colorless. So besides all of our stuff here, we're going to throw an Ancient Tomb here for better ramping. We'll throw in for other better ramping here, Blast Zone, so it can be another Wrath for us for the deck as you put charge counters on it. We'll throw in Castle Doom here. You can sacrifice cheaper artifacts to make Doom bots to start making some 3/3 robot villains. Cavern of Souls just to make sure we can just name robot or hero to make sure that the vision can be countered, which is good for us. Other upgrades for the deck, Field of the Dead. I know, again, some people might get tilted at this card, but it is technically colorless, so we're going to use it to just make some zombies and just create for us some more value for the deck. Fountain Port goes very well with Field of the Dead to generate some more value from card draw off of those tokens and use it for however we need. Speaking of more tokens, we have the Mirex as well. This enters, and we can start making Phyrexian Mites, which also have Toxic. Petrified Hamlet here is used to then turn off a certain land that we name and just make it generate only colorless mana so we can hose out any one of our opponent's lands. We have Muraganda Raceway here. Once we get to max speed, we can then tap this for double colorless, which is good for the deck. Plaza of Heroes is added in just to give our vision the ability to have Hexproof and Indestructible if we exile the land. And then, let's see, I'm trying to think what else we have here finally. I think that's actually it for our other piece. Oh yeah, finally, Scavenger Grounds. So use this to exile all graveyards. You can use this multiple times with some of your other cards. What is that? Hold on. With Arid Archway, because it is a desert if you need to in a pinch. But otherwise, those are the full upgrades for Vision if you want to go all out with the deck in competitive Brawl, which we're going to do right here, right now. All right, so we're going to go on an upgraded Vision Quest. All right, let's do this. We're doing it. All right, all right. Oh, wait, hold on. The neighbors are using the lawnmower. Hold on one second, everybody. Give me 1 second. Okay, where am I at here? Okay. Phew. Okay, so I think that was able to dampen the sound of the lawnmower outside. All right, so we're going to keep this hand. We'll see what we can do here. Okay, opponent, meanwhile, is playing with Katara, Waterbending Master. Ugh. So, all right, well, that means we got to ramp quick here. We'll throw an Ancient Tomb to start. We will throw in Lembas also to speed this up. Man, a turn 1 Ancient Tomb is really strong. That's probably as good as we're ever going to get for getting, what is it, like Soul Ring in Arena. We're never going to get real Soul Ring. Let's be real, everyone. Unless if they do Arena Commander for reals, it's not going to happen. In any case, let's see. Radiant Fountain. So we gain our life back. That's good. And then what do we throw in here? I think we'll throw in Foundry Inspector. Okay. That cheapens everything. Pass the turn. So if we can get in maybe Sky Sovereign next turn just to get rid of Katara, we can do our thing here. Yeah. Ooh, opponents, what do you got? You got something degenerates? Fresh start. Okay. They get a counter. Ooh, okay. So let's see here. I guess we'll do this. Hold on. No. All right. We'll just do this instead. So it loses all abilities for now. That's okay. Not a huge deal for us. Play the Waste. Play the Vision now. Hurt ourselves down to 21. Unless if our opponent has some kind of degenerate mono blue shenanigans. Do that. Force of Will. Force of Negation. Come on, opponents. Subtlety. Okay. Wow, they threw away 2 cards for that one. Alright, so that means they bounce back things. Put it back on top of our library there. Actually, wait, no, I put it in the command zone. Wait, why did I... Oh, jeez. Why did I do that? Ah! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not going to get mad. That was my fault. Okay, they're doing more shenanigans with their card draw. But they're not really getting any lands. Opponents? Dive down. Okay. Well, we're just going to block here. So at least we can just avoid the damage for now. Got another waste. That's fine. Okay, so from here, Sky Sovereign. Play our big boat. Does this take out Katara? Or are they just going to keep... Okay, they're just going to keep counterspelling. Okay, it's going to be one of these games. No attacks. Yay, mono blue. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about Katara, honestly. The card is actually really busted for what it does. If you can't keep her off the field, you're just going to have a hard time. And because she's mono blue, most players are going to be playing stuff that's degenerate. But in any case, we have Chameel, so maybe we can get there with Chameel. Spell can't be countered, so we can get this on the field, hopefully without them stopping us. Maybe? Please? Come on. Wait. No. Jeez. Okay. Twist reality. And they're just going to keep drawing more cards because they have everything now they need. And keep blocking. Not really getting... I mean, honestly, at this point, we're just hurting ourselves. I don't know how we're going to get around it, but we're going to try. We will try. Okay. Opponents. They have 9 cards they got to throw away 2. Yeah, look at that. It's literally just counter spells. Not anything really bad about that, but it's just so boring. Counter spells and that's it. Shadow Spear, okay? Yeah. 4 mana open. They're not playing anything because they're literally just going to wait until we do our thing. So this is literally going to be a battle of attrition. Okay, Shadow Spear. We will play Hedron Archive. Go to 15 because Ancient Tomb keeps hurting us. We're going to play counter spells? More counter spells. Candy Trail. Does that stick? More counter spells because this is boring. Come on, opponent. That's literally all you have? Ah! Again, if there are Magic players that like to play this way, I mean, that's your prerogative, but it's just so boring. And this also doesn't make for good content because you're just... Yeah. That's all you're doing. Don't get me wrong. We have played our fair share of mono blue decks in the past where we have been that kind of player, but at least try to play something a little bit more creative than just counter spells. It's literally just all counter spells. Nothing more. And anything else that doesn't counter probably just bounces back our stuff. That's it. That is it. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Throwing away a ton of cards. Fountain Port. Okay. So... Mystic Forge. Opponents? Anything else? 3 steps ahead. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't even know what to do. I don't know if I should just quit out because it's just frustrating. Affinity for anime. Katara Waterbending Master needs to be banned. It's almost impossible to beat unless you get a perfect opening hand or you're playing a specific type of deck. Yeah, unless you're playing a deck that has uncounterable spells, Katara just steamrolls you. I did have an idea for her for a timeless deck. Although I don't know if I want to do it anymore because it's just, ugh. Like, if you want to be that person, you can be. But, so our opponent right now just, yeah. Okay. All right. Opponents. I'll give it one more turn because I'm just over it. While I wait for our opponent to just be degenerates, if you are still enjoying the content, even though you are watching me, like, lose, if you haven't already done so, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you're watching the content so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, live streams, deck techs, and so much more. Despite what our opponents may be doing, we will still, of course, fight the good fight when we can. And if nothing else, if you haven't already done so, check us out on YouTube. If not there, you can check us across any of our socials where we have our live streams, we do our weekly deck techs, and show off, again, some really cool stuff that you can enjoy without having to spend a ton of money on your cards. If nothing else, you can also be part of our growing group of Fire Friends for free on our Discord. Or if you want to be a true Fire Friend and really help me out, we also have a Patreon page where we add on some really cool stuff there for viewers that get exclusive videos not usually added to the main deck. Wait, did I say deck? I meant to say channel. Why did I say deck? Words are hard. You get what I'm saying, everyone. All right, try the vision one more time. One more time. It's probably not going to matter now. Okay, you know what, opponent? I'm done. I'm just like, ah! Ugh. Absolutely disgusting. No, who has fun with that? Seriously. Who has fun with that? It's not fun at all. You get a sad face. I get a sad face. Okay. Any case. Moving on from that disgustingness. Okay. How much is that card right now? I think that Katara card is like, what, like 20 bucks? It's just ridiculous. I wouldn't mind having the card for value for trade purposes in the future, but it's just, ugh. It's not a fun card at all. It really is not. But anyway, I digress. Moving on from that, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got the Maze Mind's Tome. Nice. Glaring Fleshraker. That could help us ramp out to Ugin. So, again, I'd be lying if I said I never played anything degenerate. We do play degenerate stuff on this channel. Maybe not at the level of like a Katara like that, but we, again, played stuff like, hey, we got Ugin here, so I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend like I don't have... Let's see, what do we want to put it on? I think we'll play it on... Is it robots? Put it on robot. So at least this way, some of our robots can be uncounterable with the vision. But yeah, this alone would have helped us out a little bit with the vision. We didn't get that last game, though. It's okay. Saz's Chocobo. That's cute. Play the Mirrex. We will play... How do we want to do this? Maze Mind's Tome. We'll scry now. Okay, Semblance Anvil. That normally would be great to have if we had also another land. So, I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but we're going to have to do it now. We need lands. That's what we really, really need. But yeah, I agree. Not a fan of Katara. At least not in Brawl. I'm sure in regular Commander she's not that bad, because you have 3 other opponents that can stop her at some point. You can't counterspell everything. But 1v1 is kind of tough. It is tough. Disruptor Flute. Okay. So are they going to name the Vision? And then we can't really play him early on? Is that what opponent's going to try to do here? Yep. Okay. They'll sing a song of their people with Disruptor Flute. Okay, down to 24. Okay, Avishkar Raceway. Okay. Starter engines. So from here, Fleshraker. So if we can get hopefully a little bit more out of him, okay, keep the pylon on top. Maybe we should be able to then hopefully rally back here. We're going to try, everyone. Not giving up on this one. This one I think we can win. Mole Man. Not to be confused with Hans Mole Man from The Simpsons. Anybody get that reference, or am I sounding really old now? Mole Man. Polaroid Astro. Play lands from a graveyard. Okay, so he's a graveyard landfall shenanigans kind of person. Whenever land of control enters, create a 1/1 green minion token. And whenever the token attacks, may mill a card. Huh. Interesting. I kind of am curious to try building a deck around this, but maybe not for actual... Not for Brawl. Maybe like we might do like something mono green in like Pioneer or Historic. What do you guys think about that? Should we do this? Maybe we could do this for a future deck tech coming up. Play the Pylon. Okay. And then from here... Ooh, okay. Mox Opal, definitely going to keep that on top. That is a free roll for us. Let's see. Play the Arc Reactor. All right. We make a token. If they're mono green, at least this helps us out a little bit. Okay. Up to 2. Okay, so we have enough next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if this token survives, we have enough for Ugin the Spirit Dragon to just blow away our opponent. Yes, I know it's not the most exciting win, but hey, if we're playing competitive Brawl, we need all the help we can get. Oh, never mind. They got up a Seiju. Alright. We'll lose the Mox Opal. Decline. Dang it. I wanted that land, but at the same time, Mox Opal here will trigger off Fleshraker And I think that actually would be the better play. We could still speed up our clock. Chris Antogo, hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. I know Hans Mole Man, but I'm about the same age as you. Oh, that's right, Infinity for Anime. You and I are both, we're both oldies, if you will. But yeah, they're probably going to try to strip mine. Yeah, I figured that out now when they did that. It's okay. Eesh, the neighbors right now are trying to cut their lawn, and I realize now it's just... can't hear him. Okay, so I think I'm intrigued now. I think I have an idea now for our deck tech. Maybe not this week, but or like in a couple weeks we can do Mole Man. I do need to brew this, but I like the idea of it. I have an idea with that I want to try to do. We'll go over that later on. Okay, they're making all of their little moloids, which are little minions. Okay, is that it, opponents? Are we done? At least they can't use the Beseiju thing again. Not unless they put it back into their hand. So, opponents. If we can just survive the turn, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6. That makes a 7. Nettle Cyst would be 8. And then we get a turn. We can hopefully stabilize. Or maybe the vision come out. I don't know. I'm trying to think right now what's the best play here. There's the strip mine. Okay. So we need to find a way around this before it's too late. Okay, they swing and swing and swing. They mill. Okay. They mill. Okay. No blocks. I realize I probably could have blocked the minion, but it's okay. It's fine, everyone. Okay. So. Got a waste on top. Make a spawn. Ping. That's 3. That's 2 there. Hero's Heirloom. Ping again. That turns that on. Nettle Cyst. Nice. Down to 12. Living Weapon. Okay. And let's see. We basically need to survive one turn. Literally one turn. Even if they strip mine me now, we have enough spawns. We should be able to blow them away with Ugin. Can we survive? That is the question here. Thank you for anime. You made the right call with the Beseiju. Beseiju says you search your library for a basic land. You don't have any of those in your deck because they're colorless. That is true. Okay, so they got rid of our Opal. Annoying. But it did its job. Strip mine. Okay. They can play the lands, but they... Okay, and then... I'm gonna strip mine me again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strip mine main again. Cavern of Souls. Goes bye-bye. Okay. Okay, and a third time. Okay. We're trying here, everybody. Opponent is blowing away everything we got. Dang, that strip mine really hurt me. Swing with the Nettlesis. And their minions. So we have to block here. No ifs, ands, or buts on that one. Okay. I think we're... Yeah, we're dead. Okay, well, we were hoping to get to Ugin, but that strip mine off the top there really hurt us, so... Dang, I'm going to lose all my rank again. I just finished ranking up last night, and all of a sudden I'm going to lose everything again. I was at Platinum Tier 3 earlier this morning, and I started losing. I'm like, you know what? We're going to wait until we start the stream. And now we're going to lose again. Well, that is the seesaw effect that sometimes you play with when you're playing live. But it is what it is. Okay. I'm going to try again, everyone. Shaking out that loss. We'll try again. I know we can get some victories with this deck. I know we can. Let's see. Okay, so we got the Candy Trail, got the Arc Reactor, Bender's Water Skin. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Can we do this? Got the Adventures in, the Raceway, Candy Trail. Opponent's playing with Black, Loafing Pest. So our opponent is going to get their ramp on, and they're going to start gaining life to get some of those pests going. We'll see. Have Ishkar Raceway, okay. We got Amonkhet Raceway. Okay, we'll play the Amonkhet one. Candy Trail. Scry 2. So this should set up for us. Okay. Darksteel Citadel is not bad either. Let's see. We'll just keep everything as is. That's fine. We have enough lands already, so we just need to get to, hopefully, will be a good turn for us with arc reactors. We've got tons of ramp. All we just need to do is just start getting that out. Avishkar Raceway. Sacrifice the Candy Trail. See if we can start getting some life to sponge some hits. Okay. Bender's Water Skin can come in. Okay. They gain life. Bleck starts pumping them up. Okay. Semblance Anvil. Play the Waste. Bender's Water Skin. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 5 next turn. Oh. Okay, fine. Okay. Loafing Pest doing its thing. Ugh. Mithril Coat. Okay. We will Karn. Make a tap Power Stone. Still trying to ramp. We have 5. Would love to get the vision in, but right now we're not looking too good. Opponent's going to be distracted by taking out Karn here, but he did its job. Okay, go to 11.
We must regroup
okay.
and reconsider.
Radioactive Spider. Surveillance Room. Play the Adventures in to gain some life back. Okay. Play Vision. Okay. Opponents. Don't do it. Better try. Okay. So, are we dead next turn? Dang it. Wow. Yeah, we're dead again. Wow, a lot of aggro decks I'm actually getting beat by here. Okay, well, maybe the Vision's just not set for this format. That makes me a little sad. We're trying, but it seems like right now we're not quite getting to what we need. I mean, colorless decks tend to run the gamut of either absolute jank or completely hilariously busted. There's not really an in-between when it comes to colorless decks. But, okay. We'll keep going. We're not giving up just yet. We will keep trying. Okay. So let's see here. Got the Morgana Raceway. We got Hero's Heirloom. Okay. Not much ramp in this hand, but I know we can draw into it. Playing against Brawl, Monsoon Mage, so a lot of spell slinging coming up. And we played Brawl before. We play the Raceway. Basilic Collar. So, in this instance here, we're going to see if we can try to maybe get to Mystic Forge and we can start drawing some stuff. Or Aetherflux Reservoir can help us manage our life. Okay, Karn. Nothing yet, so Hero's Heirloom. Opponents. Please tell me I did not make the wrong move by holding onto this hand. That's all I'm asking for. Don't hurt me, deck. Opt. Okay. What else you got, opponents? Okay. Spirebluff Canal. Stormcatcher Mentor. Okay. Leyline Axe. Okay, we can't do anything now. Alright, well, this is now where I'm going to get punished for keeping the hand I had. If we only got 2 more lands, we would be fine. But now, I don't know.
Another day, another
23?
job.
Oh, cheer. Okay. We're going to give it one more turn. Because also we're going to start falling behind, and our opponent already has their way of speeding up their clock. Oh, I forgot. Maybe we could have put in Mox. Wait. No, Mox Amber doesn't really work with our colorless deck. That's actually kind of clunky for us. Okay, there's our land, but we're still way behind. We're way behind. All right. Keep trying here. Narset. Okay, well that also kind of hoses our Vision's card draw. So, that's not good. Okay. Opponent. If we don't get another land on this one, we're pretty much dead. Oh, they got seeding song. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to concede now. We're not going to be able to speed up the clock against this, and we're just going to take our L now. Wow. No! Our rank is going down again! Oh. We haven't had a chance to really do anything, at least with the non-budget one. So hold on one second. Maybe we should put in some, I don't know. Maybe we're I don't know what we're stacking or what we should be stacking, but let me check real quick to see, like, am I missing anything that I probably should be putting in? Like, we can't really use the Chromox. I guess we could keep in the Bone Saw, but that doesn't help us out that much there. I don't know. Maybe we put in, like, Dragonfire Blade? I'm just trying to think, like, what are we missing that would help us out a little bit more? Should we put in more ramp stuff that helps us out? Maybe Ivory Tower? Let's see. A Fountain Port might help us out here a bit. I'm just trying to think of what might be better for our deck. Maybe we have too many things on the higher end of the curb. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like, cut Chameel real quick and then maybe put in one other thing. Sorry, guys. I was like, okay, I need, like, a moment here to kind of readjust. So, just ways we can try to help ourselves out here. And see if we can maybe do better for ourselves. What do we want instead? Do we want an Arcbound Ravager? Or maybe we should just keep like things like Aang's Journey again. Maybe that might help us out. Maybe if we put in, like, I don't know, like another ramp effect. I don't know, maybe like Howling Mine? Trying to think here. Like, okay, we'll just throw that environmental. I don't know. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just concerned that I'm taking too many L's. All right, so we'll throw in at least one. Just one extra little ramp bit. Not a huge one, but I'm trying here, everybody. We don't want to give up, but at the same time, like, it doesn't look fun to, like, lose that many times. So I was hoping this deck actually would get a couple of wins. We still have time in the stream, so we're not giving up just yet, but we're going to keep trying. Okay. So, okay. Well, this hand looks a lot better than the last ones. Okay, so we got the Battle Thopter. We got the Forsaken Monument. That's great. Forsaken Monument alone can really save our bacon. But we will try with this currently. Okay, so we'll keep this hand. 4 lands means that ensure that the Vision can't come out, which is good. Okay, we got Hedron Archive too. That's cool. Grey Havens, Scribe 1. Keep the Mishra Bauble on top. That's fine. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Okay, once Liberator comes in, I think we should be okay there. Into the north, so opponent is going to get their ramp going. They're also going to try to speed up the clock. We'll play our Cavern Souls on Robot. So the Vision can do his thing. So now our opponent cannot counterspell, at least for a turn. Talisman of Dominance. Shared Roots. Okay, opponent is ramping away. That's what they'll do. Got Tezzeret. That's not bad. Okay, so for that, play Tezzeret first. We will tick down. So for this, that actually allows us to get out something we do need. So let's get a Mox Opal. Okay, Mox Opal. Gets a counter back on him.
My will is my own.
Okay. So, can't do anything with it just yet. Golos. Ugh. Golos coming in, so gotta sound the alarm on Golos there. He is scary. He can do bad stuff. He gets out a Triome. Nothing yet. But he does... Okay, so he does something there. Let's see. Play Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. Play the Hedron Archive. Tezzeret gets another loyalty point.
Bow to your new
Brand Power Suit. Tick up.
There is no
Tick
system
down
I
with
can
Tezzeret to help us keep ramping.
Just what I needed.
Okay. And then what do we want here? Get that Darksteel Citadel. Pass there. Okay. So, idea right now. Tezzeret's probably going to die after they do their spin it to win it. What do they get? Chandra. Oh, they got the ultimatum. Wow. They got an ultimatum off the top there. Ah! Oh, boy. So, basically, they get 3 more free cards. Or, well, I should say 5 more free cards at this point. Yeesh. Okay. So, they get down their Planeswalkers. Alright. They start stealing our stuff. They got an Artificer, which I don't really care about. All we're just trying to do is get stuff done with the Vision. That's all we want to do. Okay. They take out permanently Tezzeret, but he did his job. We got what we needed.
Stop me.
Okay. So, plan now. Is there a way out of this?
There has to be an answer here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Game light there. We will play Forsaken Monument. Okay, so that actually now gives us everything we need in terms of our other stuff. Okay. Pass here. Okay, so they start exiling more of our things. We're gonna try Scrawling Crawler. Okay.
You came here with a plan.
We'll flash in the Battlethopter after their turn is over. That hopefully should be enough. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they start ticking up with us.
Is it just me?
Ugh.
Or is it getting a little warm in here?
1,000-Year Storm. Oh boy. Okay, opponent is just as degenerate as possible. Okay. Thopter. Gain that life back. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to survive that. Even with everything they have there, I'm going to just take my L now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I usually don't like to take, like, immediately quit out there, but it's just, it's too out of control. Ugh. I'm not going to be able to get through all that. So, ugh. Man, competitive... I think competitive Brawl right now is actually worse than Timeless right now. It's just so much ridiculousness. Maybe I am playing way too fair still. Should I be more degenerate? I mean, I don't know how much more degenerate I can get with decks like this. I mean, there's only so much you can do. But, I don't know. Maybe I just need to reevaluate this format. Don't get me wrong. I used to have a lot of fun playing Brawl decks, but that was also when we were just unranked. So, I don't know. Maybe we're not taking this seriously enough. Let me know in the comments, everyone, what you think. Am I just too much of a fair player playing this format? I don't know. I feel like I'm doubting myself. But let's see. Oh, that's why I don't recognize this card. It's an alchemy card. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, okay. Battlethopter, next turn. That is nice. Explore. Okay. Yami via Coast. Anything else, opponents? Null Elemental Blast. That actually can be helpful. So we'll save on that. Okay. Opponents. Do they bring in Anima? Okay, they do. So for that, let's counterspell that now. Nice. Okay. Phew. That means we sacrifice the Battlethopter coming in. Small price to pay, though. Okay, Okay, well, name, of course, robot. So from there, we'll wait it out. Just a little bit. Come on, deck. I know we can get some wins before this stream is over with this version. But we will try. Just a little bit. A little bit longer. Whew. Okay. They do not put that down untapped. 7 cards in hand, still opponent. Nothing. Okay, Battlethopter. I forgot I can't really make that uncounterable, so your opponent can counter it, and they did. Alright, so that actually slows us down a bit, unfortunately. So with that, play Karn here. Okay, we'll take up with Karn.
The Thran still have secrets to
Okay, Hedge Mace. Dang. Not getting in that Battlethopter really hurt us. Really did. Okay, but it's fine. We'll still see if we can try to get around this. Rumble Arena. Scribe 1. Okay, opponents. Put that back, actually. Take up again. Make another Power Stone. Okay. From here,
more energy.
play the Vision. Maybe. Okay, nice. Okay, so pass here. Your next activate an exhaust ability. It isn't a mana ability. Copy it. Okay. That doesn't really help us. But we're just using it again just for its ability activation shenanigans. Okay, opponents. What you got? Pest Infestation. Alright. So from there, we lose both. Put that back into the command zone. Dumb. Okay. Falcon Wrath hits there. Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay, well, it's not horrible. We'll keep making our Power Stone tokens to ramp. Okay.
The Thran still have secrets to uncover.
So with the Reservoir, at least we can kind of, hopefully, stabilize. I mean, we're definitely making plenty of mana, which isn't the problem. The problem right now is just trying to keep stuff alive. Okay. Okay, we don't care about the uncounterableness of that. Karn goes bye-bye, sadly. But he did his job. He actually helped us get some Power Stones, so we can move a little faster here. So from that, we will Mystic Forge, gain some life. Yes. Okay. All right. Flesh Raker off the top. Gain some more life. Nice. Mishra's Bauble. All right. Now we're stabilizing a little bit here. That's good. Okay, cool. Let's see. Is that all we can do for now? Tick down. And I guess we'll pass there. Okay. Okay. Almost stable now. They're looking at the Reservoir. I doubt we're going to get the Reservoir win, but it is possible. Opponent's trying to threat assess right now, you can see. Oh, they got Doppelgang? Ugh. That's not good. Okay. Oh boy. But they can't really do anything with that, really? I mean, even with the Ether Reservoir, they can gain life, but they're not going to... Oh, they actually have some stuff on top. Okay, well, we're still going to find a way to get around this. We're still going to find a way to get around this. Block 1 there. Okay. They gave him 1 life back. Okay. Draw a card. Draw another card. Okay. So, Axis Tunnel. We will... Might Stone and Weak Stone. Flesh Raker pings. Okay. -5/-5. Anina. She's gone again. Phew. Okay. That's good for us. Okay. Ring of Lucy. Flesh Rager goes again still. Gain her life again. Cosmo Elixir. Nice. We're trying. Cool. And Guardian Idol. There we go. Keeping it going. Keep those good times rolling. We got to try. Candy Trail. Ooh, we're close. Down to 20. Scry 2. Okay. Let's see, we need 2 cheap things off the top there. Okay. So from that, Maze Mine's Tome. Okay. Almost. Oh my goodness. Did we get this win? Oh my goodness. We actually got the Aetherflux Reservoir win. Oh my goodness. Yay. Nice. Oh man. Wow. I didn't think we were actually going to pull off like that win. Hey, there you go. Yay. Oh man. Oh, that took a load off my mind there. Okay. So jank as it was, we somehow managed to cobble together hilariously a combo there that I actually was not expecting to do on the stream. Granted, our opponent quit before we could actually hit him, but hey, that's good enough for me. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. So let's see. Looking at the clock, everyone, I think we could squeeze in maybe like 2 more games, and that's going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you so much to everybody who has been with me today. And again, we're going to see if we can try to keep a couple more Marvel decks going, but I'm kind of running out of steam on these things. I'm still trying to look hard at thinking like there has to be some more stuff I could squeeze out of this before we get to the Hobbit. But then again, I'm already kind of, my mindset's already kind of looking towards the Hobbit anyway, so let's see. Meanwhile, our opponent's playing with, they're playing with Slime, what's that? Bleh. Word vomit. Slimefoot and Squee. They're so cute, though. I like this card. I have actually this card in one of my Goblin decks. It's Jund, but such a cute little pair. I love those little guys. I kind of wish they had like plushes of these guys. I would totally have that as like a cute little BFFs. Okay. Any case, gushing aside. Okay, so we have the 2 better Ugins we need for this deck, but we're still a ways away. Kangarboom, okay. That might be annoying for now, but we'll see if we can find a way to get around that. Let's play now Reliquary. We'll play Golden Egg. Okay. Draw another card off of that. Okay. So, our opponent has 1 Kangarboom. It's not a Goblin, so that's interesting. I'm guessing they're just using this as a Jund Reanimator deck? Maybe? Kari Zev, Crew of 2, another Alchemy card. Free value. They got a free Ragavan? Oh, come on! Really? Ryan subscribed. Well, thanks again for that subscription, Ryan. Appreciate that, by the way. What I don't appreciate is our opponent getting a free Ragavan. That's dumb, but okay. Here we are. Play the Waste. Not much else we can really do right now, so we're going to have to wait it out for a bit here. Okay, so Liberator comes in. If that survives, maybe we have a shot. Disruptor Flute. Okay, they're probably going to name the Vision. No surprise. So Vision's going to take a little longer to get in. Okay. Okay, opponent swinging. Huh. Interestingly enough, they actually chose to do that, but okay. Okay, Liberator coming in. So our opponent probably could sacrifice Kangarboom if he wants to right now. Take out the Ignoble of Hierarch. Unless they sacrifice Kangarboom. Do they do it? They gotta do it. I know they're gonna do it. There it is. So Kangarboom goes bye-bye. But at least we can sponge a hit. Down to 14. Still not looking good, though, but we're gonna try. Okay. It's just also hard for a colorless deck because we don't have any wraths or too much. We don't really have any good spot removal. Our focus is to ramp as quick as we can and just pray. Okay. Castle Doom. Okay. To my Spear Dragon. Ugh. Lightning Greaves. Not much else we can do. Basilic Collar. The only hope we have right now is now getting to Ugin Eye of Storm via Ugin the Ineffable. If that survives, we have a shot. Slide foot and squeeze coming in. Okay, they make their Sapperling. Free Ragavans, because that's totally fair. Down to 8. Okay. Anything else, opponent? Guardian Idol, stealing that from us. Joy. Okay, they bounce back a third Ragavan. Come on. Okay, Might Stone and Weak Stone. So we will -5 on that Kari Zev. That's got to go. Because I'm tired of getting Ragavan shenanigans going on. Alright. Sacrifice for some value. Get some life back, I guess. Better than nothing. Sculpting Steel would be nice on a non-legendary artifact, but we don't have that. But I might do it for Might Stone and Weak Stone. I don't know. We'll see. Grief. Ah! Ugh. Wow. There goes our Ugin. Freaking I swear. Come on! Really? Ugh. That just sucks. I'm just too defeated there. Wow. Of course they have in hand the one card that would stop us. Man, we were stabilizing. And then we took that right there? Come on. What are you doing, Arena? Why you gotta beat me like that? Get no respect around here. No respect for good, fair Magic. Just nothing but degenerate stuff all day long. You hate to see it. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out, Infernoman. Oh no, we're not doing this. Hold on. No. I'm not playing against Yuffie, everyone. That's the Yuriko Tiger Shadow shenanigans. Nah, we're not doing that. I want at least something that can end on a decent note. But it seems like, yeah, competitive Brawl, I don't know. Do you guys like seeing me play competitive Brawl with these serious decks? Or should we go back to regular casual Brawl? I only ask because just seems like it's just like, ugh, it's just so cookie cutter. And it just doesn't feel like it's very fun. Not to lose that many times. But let me know in the comments, everyone. Maybe I'll take a poll on that in the future. Until then, okay. So, this will be the official one, everyone. Win or lose. No matter what happens with this one, we're going to try to the very end to see if we can get a win here. We'll get our turn 1 Leyline Axe. Opponent is playing Tony Stark / the Invincible Iron Man. We do have a standard deck for that if you'd like to see that. So that is a thing. Play the Rumble Arena. Let's scry 1. Do we want the Dauntless Scrapbot? Do we care about that? We'll just keep that for now. Okay, so plan now. Flaring Fleshraker. Okay, they got the cargo ship. That's cute. Play Avishkar Raceway. I feel the same way, Inferno. Yeah, I know that. It's so frustrating. Because again, I really want to show fun, cool stuff you can do with the deck. But yeah, I've said this a million times. No matter what I put together, your opponent's not going to care. They don't care that I'm like a content creator. They don't care of that. I don't blame them. They're not obligated to care. But it just sometimes feels like I wouldn't really want to put on a good show. And it sometimes just feels like I can't do that if I got this kind of shenanigans going on. However, the show will go on. So we're not going to give up just yet. We will play there. Let's see. How do we want to do this here? We can... Fleshraker. I guess we'll do it that way. So we have our colorless stuff ready to go. Okay. They're playing Tony Stark. My hope is maybe we hose them with the scrap bots? Gilded Lotus, okay. Opponent's trying to get their ramp going too. Okay, they got Ultron. Okay. Okay. No swings again from our opponent. That's fine. Okay. All right, deck. I really would love for us to do something here with the Vision. Okay. We get that. All right, nice. Ping our opponent. They go to 2. That's cool. All right, we ping our opponent again. This time, now we have enough for the Leyline Axe. So that means we will give the Vision what he needs. Okay. Cool. No attacks yet, but the Vision now at least has Double Strike, Trample, Flying, and Vigilance, so that's good. He has everything he needs. Our opponent is pretty much almost out of cards now. Okay, here comes Iron Man. Okay, that's fine. They're not going to make a copy because it's legendary. What else do they have in hand? Oh, okay. Oh, they have the Genji Glove combo. Okay. Well, okay. Opponents. Ugh. Not ideal, but it's not impossible to get around either. Okay. Opponent swinging for everything. Okay, so they're going to hit me for 20 here. Block here. Actually, we hit each other, and then we die, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, so both of us basically just trade here. They lose Iron Man, but we also lost the Vision. Okay, back to the command zone. Alligator, hello. Sorry I'm late. That's okay, my fire friend. Appreciate you being here, by the way. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. Okay, so in the meantime here, we're trying our hardest right now, our absolute hardest, to try to get around this shenanigans. So let's see. First off, environmental sciences. Let's get at least another waste, one of our few wastes in the deck. Gain some life back. We will play, I guess we'll do this now. Dauntless Scrapbot. Okay. Exile everything. Good. Okay, field is clear. With Pit Automaton, we do this. Get out another basic land, so we're doing our ramp. There we go. Nice. Okay. Well, we're still in this. We're not dead. We're not giving up. We're still in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they have enough for Iron Man. So they're going to turn on Cargo Ship instead. Interesting. Okay. So Iron Man. Okay. So Genji Glove gets added to that? Yes, it does. Wait, no. Oh, no. They have to actually equip it physically. Okay. So it's not bad. We have a way of still fighting this. Just barely. Warping Whale. Okay. So for that, play the Vision. Okay. Equip the Vision. Nice. Okay. So once again, we're in the same spot as before. The Vision and Iron Man can go toe-to-toe. If he puts the Genji Glove on top of it, I mean, that's fine. But that's not going to be enough. Genji Glove on top? Okay. Well, we're going to end up in a hilarious stalemate again. Okay. Okay, opponents. Can't equip it. I mean, that's fine. So, let's see. So we got to block here no matter what. Okay. Block that Genji Glove. Block Iron Man here. Okay. I mean, same thing again, opponents. Block you. We both lose our commanders again. Okay. Oh, opponent! You gave up like that? Okay, I'm sorry. That was funny. Okay. Not exactly how I was going to get a win there. I was like, wait, opponent, what are you doing? So, I don't know what our opponent was thinking there. They kept attaching the Genji Glove because they thought, okay, well, they can technically get the win, but Vision has enough toughness where he can sponge the hit, and because Vision also had double strike from Leyline Axe, our Axe beat their Glove, so I guess Glove over Axe for the win? Okay, I'll take it. That was our last match, and if it's a win, then hey, who am I to complain? I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. Okay. I'm sorry, that was just silly. But okay, at least we ended on a good note, everyone. Okay, so we ended on a win. Okay, let's actually talk about the deck briefly. So, Vision Quest, everybody, a colorless deck that's trying to use non-artifact creatures to get value. What do you think of the deck, everyone? Do you like the deck? Would you play the deck in any way, shape, or form? So, I think this is one of those decks that I feel like just works better in a casual format. The Vision is fun. You can add to him if you want to go full on with equipments. You can go super jank with him. So that's one thing that I didn't really address with the main decks. So if you want to go with equipment, say like you want to go as super budget as possible, there's plenty of equipment you can attach to the Vision to get value out of him with card draw, indestructible, double strike, all that shenanigans. However, there is a downside to playing with him with just equipment. If you play with just equipment with Vision, it's a lot of equip costs that you're not going to be able to afford all the time, because having to equip every single thing to the Vision, that's going to cost you a lot of mana. So that means you really have to adjust your deck to focus on pure ramp and pure equipment. That's not a bad thing. You can do it, but it's going to require a lot of overhauling to the deck. I try to find a balance between the two, so at least I can still do my thing, but also still try to find fun things to do with the deck. I think our version is not bad, but I think maybe if I wanted to lean one way or the other, it probably would be maybe just make Vision a Voltron deck. And that probably would have been maybe a little bit better for the deck overall, at least in my opinion. Other cards that I didn't really add in that I thought might have helped us, but they are a little expensive, would be cards like Meteor Sword here. Other cards that you want to help yourself out is anything that gives big pushes of damage with the Vision, like Starforged Sword here, Murderer's Axe if you want to, Lionheart. Let's see. Some of the other stuff that can help you out was things like the have Flash, Quick Draw Dagger. That's good too. Stalactite Dagger also just giving you a Changeling Shapeshifter. Just, again, these small little incremental bonuses that'll give your deck more value and more longevity. Probably would have been better. If there's a cheaper way to get the Colossus Hammer on, say, Vision, you can actually add that. That actually would be hilarious if you can pull it off. But it also is not easy to do in a colorless format. So just FYI, your mileage may vary depending on what your deck is trying to do. Having said that, I really did want to like the upgraded one. And I thought, honestly, what we had would have been great. But I think maybe if we're going to go this direction, this version of Visions has the same problem. Maybe this version probably should have focused a little bit more on the card draw and ramp, and just see if we could just try to ramp to any one of our super broken cards here, like Ugins, Echo of Eternity. The problem with the Vision is he's not going to get value off of artifact creatures. And there are a lot of colorless things you can cast that are actually really, really busted. But because he cares about non-creature artifacts, like you're going to have to give up not using cards like, and again, I mean, you can add them in, but you're not going to get the full value off of the Vision. You can use cards like Bahamut here. You can use, I guess, if you want to, Portal Phyrexia if you want to. Maybe we should have put that in. I don't know. The Eldrazi, in theory, could work, but this is probably not the right deck to use with the Vision with the Eldrazi, because they're still creatures, so you're not going to get any value off of the Vision here. It's mostly just throwing them in just because. If you have to pick at least one of these high-end cards here, I would honestly say pick Kozilek because of the counterspell secondary option he has. So just FYI, if you want to try that. Let's see, otherwise, other cards here, if we're talking about anything high-end that's like a non-creature, again, it gets a little tough because with the way the Vision works, I think the better version of him would actually be maybe try the swords. So that was something I didn't really bother to put together just last minute. But if you want to try like a sword / equipment full-on plan, you can use Commander's Plate. You can use other cards such as, the Swords of Wealth and Power, War and Peace, Truth and Justice, Sword and Sinew. Basically, you get the idea. It's the entire sword cycle you could put into this deck if you're willing to afford it. I only have like 2 mythics left, and I need to start saving up for Hobbit, so that's the reason why I did not crack all of them. It's going to be way too expensive for my personal taste. But if you want to, and if you think you can pull that off, you can give this a try too with all of the swords and adding them to the Vision. That would be hilarious if you can make that Voltron ability go off. Some other cards that you probably could try out would be like the Ether Spark here if you want to give that another shot. Batterskull also would be great for you, Culture Complete. But again, the problem is, if you're going to go this route, you got to go full on ramp and you got to go full on equipment. Can't really kind of go midway like we did. I tried to balance, but I don't think that was the right idea for my deck. Affinity for Anime, I think I said this last time, but I think Casual Brawl needs more bans if you don't want to ban more cards than Competitive Brawl to make the two formats more distinct. Let Casual Brawl breathe a bit. Yeah, I agree too. This is also one of those things that we can't really deck tech our way out of. Right now, casual, non-competitive Brawl, i.e. the unranked version, needs a lot of bans. Ban a lot of those cards. Maybe do a couple of bans here in competitive Brawl. Keep it open-ended. I mean, I don't mind it being the CDH of Arena. That's fine. I accept that because this format, if it wants to be anything goes, so be it. I'm not going to be angry about that, but definitely we need way more bans for non-competitive, just to make it fair. So that way you can feel full casual fun. And then for the other one, hey, just go nuts. But then again, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments, everyone, what you think about
competitive Brawl, non-competitive. Do you guys want to see me stick to just non-competitive for both versions of the decks? Are you happy with me trying to make these decks more competitive and more serious for the format? Let me know. I'm happy to adjust however we need to. I just want to make sure at least I try to make it where if I'm going to do a live stream, I can show you guys one version that if you like the casual one, if you just want to have some fun, and if you're a person that wants to get serious, how much you may want to invest if you really want to go out with any deck. But in any case, that's going to be it for today on that end, everyone. Before we go, my True Fire friends who have stuck around this far into the live stream, thanks again for being there as always. So what are we going to be doing for tomorrow? So I just need to wrap up just a couple more final touches on the edits, but Thor's Thunderstorm is ready to go, everyone. We're pretty much all done with that. We're like 90% done with the video and the edits. I just need to add in some little finishing touches, mostly just add in the audio, double check the edits are fine. There's nothing out of the ordinary. And then from there, we'll have this deck tech ready to go for tomorrow. It is a fun one. Beyond that, as far as our future videos, so beyond that, next week, I'm going to do a video. I can't figure out which version of this free deck I want. This is a mono-white equipment / hero deck that I put together that I'm trying to now tweak to make it as rotation-free as possible, since rotation comes finally in 5 months. Still a ways away, but I want to put together something that's standard playable, and also you can use it in Arena if you actually don't want to spend any real money, or if you're just like, again, you're literally like a person that cannot afford the expensive decks. So this one will be something that you can enjoy on that end. But I'll figure out which version I want to play with. One version is very enchantment heavy, but it's also not rotation proof. The other one is rotation proof, but also it feels a little on the weak side and a little clunky. I'll try to see what I can do to make them both work and choose whichever one I want to start recording for. Otherwise, as far as any other decks we're going to do beyond that, I'm still trying to figure out our next live stream for our next deck tech, but I think I have an idea. I just haven't had a chance to kind of play around with it. We have a Gotta Go Faster deck, but I don't know. This one felt fun, but also the same feels very one-dimensional. Like once you get the combo to go off, it's fun, and then it gets boring after like 2 wins because it's literally going to be the same cookie cutter stuff. I don't know. I'm still debating if I want to do this one. This one uses Quicksilver. We want to just try to swing as fast as we can with ley lines and bulk ups just to then just do some quick damage and just blow away our opponent. Again, I like what the deck is doing, but the novelty wears off fast. So I'm debating if I want to make that one our next live stream. The live stream, by the way, is going to be Friday. I know for sure we will be doing a Friday live stream, so stick around for that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for now, everyone. As far as what's next week's deck tech, I have an idea, but I just need to see if I have enough wildcards to craft it. So stay tuned for that. More details will come. But otherwise, my only other final thoughts that I want to give is one more time, thank you to everyone who was with me on the stream today. So shout outs to everyone in the chat that was with me today. So Silly Nation, Dayboy, Mindhacks, appreciate y'all being here. Sallowborn, Teddy Bear, Mindhacks again, Affinity for Anime, appreciate y'all being here as well. Ellie Gamer, appreciate you also hopping in. Chris Antogo, thanks for giving me the heads up on the strip mining, even though we got strip mined anyway. No big deal though, we still managed to at least get a couple wins today, so I'm happy at least that we got our dailies done at minimum. So thank you to everyone for that. And of course, everybody that's been watching across all other platforms, whether you're watching on Instagram or YouTube or X or Twitch, shout out to everyone there on all the other platforms. Even if you're not in the chat, I still appreciate you guys just watching just the same. Excuse me. Sorry. Chronic cough. It's something I live with. But otherwise, if you missed anything from the live stream at any point, if you came in late or whatever, don't worry. The replay will be up across all of our main platforms, such as YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and X. And if you want to catch me at any point, I'm more than happy to chat with you guys. I'm usually on X myself, but I'm also going to be on our Discord. All links for all these things will be located in the details below once we're done with the stream in just a few moments. So until then, everyone, until Friday, enjoy your week. Let me know what you want to see when we do The Hobbit. I'm actually excited to do The Hobbit because classic high fantasy stuff, what's not to love? And of course, we're going to probably do some more new shenanigans with the One Ring when we get more cards that can abuse that ability. So stick around for that when that comes in August, everyone. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you again soon. But before I go, one more final thing I want to leave you with for today, everyone. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again Friday, everybody. Later.